Hi everyone, it's Steve D'Souza with Client First Mortgage Solutions, and today I'm going to discuss the federal government's First Time Homebuyer Incentive Program. So what is the incentive, First Time Homebuyers Incentive Program? It is an interest-free mortgage of 5% on resale properties or 10% on new construction. So basically, the government's going to share in an equity mortgage where they give you up to 5 to 10%, and they will share in the upside and the downside of the property. Basically, the essence of the program is to help those first-time homebuyers save on monthly costs by not having to pay on that 5 or 10% that they get from the incentive. So what is the criteria, or basically, are you eligible for this program? So one, you have to have never purchased a home, but there are some basically loopholes that you can get that even if you have owned a home, that you still might be eligible. So basically, if you have recently gone through a breakdown in your marriage or common law partnership, or if you've been renting for the last 4 years and now looking to get back in the market, and you or your common law partner haven't owned in that 4-year time. Or on the other flip side, if you are buying with someone and you're a first-time home buyer, but they're not, you still could be eligible for this program. So another qualifier, or a few qualifiers of the incentive program that you must meet, is that you have to have 5% out of your own pocket. So it can be gifted, it can be your own investments, savings, etc. But you have to have that 5%, and then the government will either match that 5 or give you 10 if it's new construction. As well, your individual or joint income can be a max of $120,000. So if it's over that, you are unfortunately not eligible for the program. And the total max borrowing is 4 times that amount, that 4 times that income of $120,000. So the total mortgage is $480,000, and that $480,000 is prior to the mortgage default insurance or CMHCs are added in. You do need to repay this over 25 years or when you sell the property, and it has to be owner occupied. So it can't be a rental property or an investment property. One benefit that is looking is that the federal government, prior to the election, had made some promises that they were looking to increase the max borrowing up to $600,000 to $800,000 prior to the insurance premiums being added in. So it would be applicable to those markets in Vancouver, Victoria, and Toronto. So we're still, as of this date, they haven't implemented that or let us know. So, but we're hoping to see that come into the future. So how do you apply for this? Basically, you would just need to state that you are eligible for the program, and you would sign an attestation or consent form. I've given the web address included in the PowerPoint presentation here. Basically, you would just sign that form. You would give it to your mortgage broker or your lender when you're actually applying for a mortgage. Once you have a live offer in place, you can give it to them before, and they can just put it on file. But really, it is for when you're actually looking for an approval on a specific property. The lender will submit the form on your behalf to the government, and basically you would be set up. You would eventually, once you remove subjects, you're going to notify your solicitor, so that's your notary or lawyer, and let them know that you are taking advantage of this program. And you're also going to call a 1-800-government number, basically to let them know who your solicitor is, so that they can send the second mortgage registration documents, so that second mortgage can be registered on the title of your property. So what are the pros of this incentive? So it is non-interest bearing, and you do not require any of those monthly payments throughout while you have the incentive. So that, again, that's before you sell or 25 years, you're not making any payments on it. There's no actually qualification underwriting other than once you've answered and you fit into those criteria, you're approved for the program. There's no penalty to pay it off. You would just have to give back that share of the equity that you've basically partnered up with the government. The major benefit of this program is the savings that you save on the default insurance CMHC fees. So if the government is giving you 5% and you have 5%, you're going to pay the insurance premiums based on a 90% loan to value mortgage or having 10% down versus paying the 5% that maybe you have out of your own pocket. So that is going to definitely save you almost close to 1% in the insurance premium. Also, the government shares in the equity if the property goes down. So unfortunately, your property's gone down, but at least the government will share in that decrease. The cons. So the major thing is it does not increase the affordability that you can qualify for. It helps out with the payments, but it doesn't make you qualify for a higher mortgage amount or purchasing power. The government shares in the equity increase. So if you're probably 5% year over year, you're probably, the amount of money that you're saving, you're almost just giving back to the government in regards to that sharing of equity. And there are also extra legal costs involved to register the second mortgage, both when you're registering the mortgage and the second mortgage when you're buying the property and when you're paying it off. So I did a couple examples in regards to just seeing the difference between a 5% down payment without the incentive or 10% down with the incentive. So you can kind of see in the worksheet or table that I've got here that basically you can see with the incentive what your monthly payments would be, what the total mortgage amount. It shows you that you're paying an insurance premium of 3.1%. And then with the incentive, without the incentive, you're paying a 4% insurance rate. So on the far right, you can see the difference between the two, that you're saving almost $4,300 in insurance premiums, and then you're saving about $119 per month in payments. So on the very bottom table, this is where I looked at it and said, okay, if you sold after 5 years, what's your net positive gain? So you'll see if the property went up 2% year over year, that you're going to share equity with the government of about $2,200. You're going to give them back their $21,250, which is that original 5% they gave you, plus an additional $2,200. But during that 5-year time, you're going to save almost $7,200 in payment savings and about $4,300 in that insurance premium savings. So after 5 years, your net profit's about $9,250. If the growth was 3% year over year, again, you're going to have to give the government back about $3,400 in equity. You still have those payment and insurance savings. So you're going to net about $8,000 over the 5 years. So there is definite some savings. If you were not looking to have have this incentive for quite a long time, you don't see quite the necessary gains like you do over 5 years with those payment savings. So that kind of wraps up my quick review on the incentive program. I'm happy to answer any questions you or any client might have. My contact details are below, phone number and email address. Like our motto for our name of our company, the client does come first. So at any time, don't hesitate to give me any questions. So thanks for listening to me today, and have a great day.